I wake up in the morning about 4 and I'm looking at just fashion till at least, 12 or something like that. But that's literally what I do all day, fashion. Well, I'm Reese, made by NGO, nude model, the Playboy Club. Now I'm an in-house designer for Made by NGO, and I handle e-commerce. And the story of Made, well, to be honest, Made got started in such a kind of a weird way. I met Khan through just being on High Street, like fashion kids per se, just being around and just peeping different people who were into fashion. And I was kind of recruited. He hit me up and was like, yo, I got this brand I'm working on, it's called Made by NGO. And it was also, we had a couple other people that were involved at the time, but I didn't go to school for fashion. I went to school for business. I didn't know how to do nothing. I didn't know how to do, design. I didn't go to school for anything. So I really took time and educated myself on everything. I think I took about almost 2 years, and kind of tell you that I really didn't know anything. He just gave me an opportunity, and at that point, he was helping me early on in terms of how to see certain things, and I feel like I had trained my eye to kind of see what I thought was cool, and I felt like that was universally, it would work. So at that point, I just trained myself on how to design and cut and sew stuff, and that's how it all happened. Just literally Khan coming up to me. He already had the Made by NGO. He was already working into it. I think he had been doing a lot of stuff around Columbus, especially on the north side, where he was just selling a lot of t-shirts, different hats, but he just got us all together. And it was one of the scariest moments of my life, to be honest, because I didn't really know what I was gonna do, or I knew I wanted to have something substantial that I can make happen, but I didn't know how I was gonna make it happen. So I still took the opportunity just because I knew I needed to take the opportunity if I really wanted to, focus on fashion. But, he gave me that alley-oop, and we just started working from there.
The name Made? Mm-hmm. What's it stand for? How'd y'all come up with that?
Well, that was Khan, man. I had to give Khan that alley-oop. He had Made, it was making all dreams exist. And I think that was something I was very I think that was something, he wanted to have something that was an acronym for something. And, Khan is Vietnamese, and his family came from, Vietnam. So when he came over here, I think that it was a dream come true for his family in the first place to get over here. So for him to be, relevant in fashion, I think that all goes back to we didn't come up in anything, or we weren't given anything. So we had to really work hard. So, fashion was a dream of all of ours. So just to make it happen, it was a great thing. So I learned a lot just literally peeping and watching. But outside of that, man, it wasn't really we kind of brought High Street to a fever pitch with our store, and then having these different bringing Joe Fresh Goods and a lot of people from out of town to do pop-ups and different art shows, having kind of an art gallery feel in our shop, and really bringing the youth in there and allowing them to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Whatever you wanted to do, people know this. We need to do a documentary about the Made shop, because it was really some crazy shit just going on inside that whole atmosphere when we had it going. And just being able to have somewhere that the youth could come and have our own shit and really just be cool people at the end of it. And that's really what I'm most proud of, because it wasn't really anything from that. I feel like a lot of the people I see now, whether it be Tay, whether it be my homie Seven, who does Compliments and Good Guys, Tay, who does Trapper, a lot of the brands, a lot of these people that are a part of brands now, even with people that are a part of Madison, or they're a part of Tacoma or anything like that, a lot of those people were coming to our shop early on. There wasn't really a community of that, so we kind of built that with our shop, and just recklessly, because we didn't know what we were doing. But in that time, there was a lot of people that I could say are out here moving, doing fashion, that came through, or we always bumped heads with, or always had good rapport with. So that's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of that we're on that on that uphill trend that also allowed a lot of other people to just pretty much jump right in that pocket and do what they need to do. So I think that's dope also. I've had other stuff that I wanted to get in fashion, and me and my homies started ideas and brainstorming, but it never really got over that hump. When I met Khan, it just felt like it was gonna get over that hump. And then we started doing pop-ups, and then we had taking over like a residency on the other side of another store. And we were like, whatever we was dropping, it was pretty much selling out. Like it was selling out. Like, or we had a good group of people coming to pick it up. And once I peeped that, it was crazy, and people wanted to wear it. And that's what kind of threw me off, that people were interested enough to wear it. So once we start selling out of stuff like hoodies, long sleeves, hats, all of that stuff, and doing these pop-ups, and people really gravitated to it, that's when I kind of knew, like, oh, this might work. Made is like Wu-Tang for real. You got a lot of different, like, you got like, you know, the main members, then you got the Killer Bees, then you got all this other stuff. You got different collectives, because I mean, when we first got in there, it was, you know, me, Khan, Lee, which is, you know, King Veda, that's my bro too. So me, Khan, Lee, our homie Travis, Chase Grizzly, Tyler Blind, Tron, you got LRS, Lil Ratchet Soul, who also DJs. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that I can say like it's like made. Big Man Japan, our homie Adam, he's made. So we got a nice collective of people, and I feel like everyone has their things that they do. Like we got DJs, Chris Mars B, that's made also. But it's just like, it's all like a group of people that do different things. You got some that design, you got some that, you know, you got Tyler, he does a lot of the inner workings in there with PSG. You got Tron, who DJs, who's doing a lot of festivals. He has A-Track coming up, which is really dope. And he's just doing a lot of stuff in New York, festivals, everything. You got Khan, he's in California, he designs, which is really dope. You got Chase is Chase, who just is, you know, a character of his own, and he does a lot of design stuff that's really dope. And you got a lot of people that are, I feel like every piece, Lee, you know, Lee is just, you know, that's King Veda, so he's, you know, he's everything. He also released, you know, he just released a book, so he's doing everything too. So I feel like every part of Made has things that we all touch on. We're just like we're a creative, you know, we're a group of creatives for real. And I feel like we wanted to get a group of people that all did certain things, just so we didn't have to look outside the group. Like, so if I need something, if I need a flyer done, or if I need, you know, get some models for shooting, or if I need a photographer, we always had somebody there. Or, you know, DJs, stuff like that for parties. We always had someone inside the group that could help out there, you know, to push our whole agenda. So that's really Made altogether. I feel like if you go out of town, like we have creative, dope people all around Columbus, whether it be artists in terms of painting, in terms of like whatever type of artist you need, we have them in the city. The thing about it is that there's no structure. So everyone's just trying to pretty much climb out of this box, because no one knows what to do, so everyone's trying different things. So people will go out of town, and you know, out of town they have structure. So if you go to like Atlanta, you go to California, there's a lot of people that I know that were in the city for years, then went to New York or went to, you know, California and other places, and people realize their talent because they have structure there and they know what they're looking at. Here you really don't know, like, so it's a double-edged sword, because you can go out of town and you can probably get on and it'll work, but then it'll be detriment to the whole climate back in the city, because you stop building on that structure, and then it just stays like exactly where it's at. So I don't get mad at people that go out of town to do that shit. Like, you gotta do what's best for your whole movement. But I'm not gonna be one of those people. I wanted to literally stay here, build structure, because we got a lot of, like, I've got a lot of situations where I could have been in Philly or I could have been in California. And I want to stay here and build structure, because what happens is that you build the structure, you got people that continue to come up, and then they'll have a platform. If you go out of town, you might be successful, you might do what you need to do, but it's at detriment of what you're doing over here. And I feel like a lot of people that go out of town, all they do is talk down on the city once they get out of town. And we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that at all. We're going to build the city up, and we're going to, you know, keep pushing the envelope until we get where we need to get. And then when we get where we need to get, you know, everyone at that point will be able to, you know, really prosper.